Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Sir, and I asked, what is the future of Cross Road? This is the question on the mind of many in my community and indeed your community in the South Eastern Freeway as well, who live along this popular road corridor. Will Cross Road continue to have increased levels of heavy freight hurtling down the suburbs? Will there be large cement bridges that tower high into the skies and huge cutouts and burrow below the streetscape? Will there be tunnels connecting the South Eastern Freeway and the North-South corridor? Overpasses, underpasses, bridges and tunnels. No one knows what the future of Cross Road looks like, but some are starting to speculate. Mr Speaker, the Civil Contractors Federation, SACCF, recently released their Digging Deeper for South Australia report, which outlines their civil infrastructure priorities beyond 2020. As suggested by the CCF in their essay Possible Future Projects, there are two options for connecting the Cross Road network between the South Eastern Freeway and the North-South corridor: tunnels or major grade separations at all key intersections. So that is grade separation at Cross Road, Fullerton Road, at Duthie Street, Harrow Road and Cross Road, of course, at the Goodwood Road intersection, which is a huge intersection. Of course, there is the rail freight that will need grade separation at Hawthorn, and of course, Emerson Crossing. Following these comments, Business SA put out their 2022 election wish list, Charter 22, and on page 15 they go on to say, Business SA support a combination of other viable options to reduce the impact of heavy vehicles entering and traversing key arterial routes in Adelaide, including both a substantive Cross Road upgrade. In their report, they declare once the North-South corridor is complete, feedback from the freight industry suggests the significant volumes of heavy vehicle traffic using Portrush Road to access Port Adelaide will seek to cut across to South Road via Cross Road, anticipating the potential increase in traffic volumes along Cross Road. This, of course, follows previous comments from the then Labor government back in 2013 when they put out their Integrated Transport Land Use Plan, which stated the construction of North-South corridor will encourage greater use of the corridor by freight traffic. The Integrated Transport and Land Use Plan concentrates on ensuring that freight routes through Adelaide are efficient and that freight vehicles are concentrated on the freight routes identified, in and of itself meritorious. But of course that includes Cross Road. And of course, I think it was the Minister at the time, the member for Leigh, who went on ABC Radio in January 2017 in relation to B-doubles rumbling down Cross Road, down heavily populated areas through my community, past lots of schools, traversing that road. The member for Leigh, the Minister at the time, said on ABC Radio, and I quote, "This is what is in the state's best economic interest." And the real question is that still the Labor Party's position? And more importantly, is that the government's position to continue with the Labor Party destruction of my community? Well, I can say today that increased heavy freight on Cross Road and building a Mad Mouse lookalike freeway is not in the best interest of our community. We have seen what cut-out and cover projects look like, and members of my community have expressed to me that such developments will destroy our suburbs and make half of Adelaide look like a cement-ridden major city. These intentions have the potential to ruin the character of my community and the residents who live along it. They are tired of the noise and air pollution that semi-trailers create when travelling down their streets, and they are ready to protest. Of course, we protest to save the Waite Gatehouse. The community came together, and the department and the government saw sense at the time not to mess with the people of Waite and those looking to save the Waite Gatehouse. But the communities are very proactive in their love for their heritage, for their suburbs. And of course, there is another public forum being held to discuss public transport throughout the Adelaide Hills, and this will again be on the 11th of October at 7 p.m. up in Mount Barker. And the subjects discussed will be the future of the South Eastern Freeway, Hills Rail Bypass, passenger rail, and Adelaide throughout the Adelaide Hills, and of course that impact on my communities, Cross Road, and many other important public transport issues. And I extend an invitation to all members of Parliament to come up to that forum, to participate and to put on the record to the people of South Australia, to the people of our communities, what their intention is for Cross Road and what their intention is for heavy freight through our communities. And I look forward to working with my community to represent their needs and to maintain what makes our community so special.
Adjourn.